Hey guys, welcome back to the Equity, Equality, and Inclusion. Welcome back to the show. I have a special show today because it's about gun control, right? It's about guns. It's about this, right? By the way, you guys can grab this from the merch store at realimmigrantcorner.com. Got a bunch of cool shirts, the hats, mugs. Please check it out. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there. They're all my design. I create them, so I'll appreciate the support. If you guys can go and purchase some stuff from there, that'd be great. But let's get into this. This is kind of funny and interesting, and also highlights the problem that we have in our society. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about this story. Grand jury will decide fate of customer who shot and killed robber at taqueria, HPD said. This is Houston Police Department, right? So I'm gonna play this video for you guys. This is about 2 minutes. It kind of gives you guys a little outline of what happened. Then I'm gonna get into it, right? I'm gonna talk about it because we need to talk about this.
13 Eyewitness News.
Yeah.
That's the latest on a shooting at a Southwest Houston restaurant that was captured on camera.
Yeah, the shocking video has a lot of people talking tonight. We're also learning the robbery suspect in the video was out on bond at the time. Our Pooja Lodi is live with the latest. And Pooja, how does the owner feel about all of this?
Well, we just spoke to the owner a few moments ago, as well as some employees. They believe that this customer was a hero. They believe that he saved lives, and they don't believe he should be criminally
That's right. I actually kind of second that. Yes.
charged. But they are still glad he went to police. He spoke to homicide detectives today, and now this will go through the legal system.
Watch as the man takes over the taqueria, pointing what looks like a gun at customers, forcing them to hide for cover. Suddenly, one customer starts shooting, even moving closer to the suspect as he keeps firing. He puts what looks like customers' stolen money back on the table. Then, the shooter appears to realize the gun wasn't real. The shooter ran away before police arrived, but tonight, Houston police say the 46-year-old finally met with homicide detectives. His case will be referred to a grand jury, which will then determine if criminal charges will be filed.
This is the
UH Law Center professor Sandra Guerra Thompson says even if the shooter is indicted, a jury likely wouldn't convict.
When a person uses force during an armed robbery, they have very heightened protection under the law. I know there's a lot of question about the use of a gun that turns out not to be, a real firearm. That really doesn't make a difference because it was being used as a real firearm.
30-year-old Eric Eugene Washington was sentenced to state prison for aggravated robbery in 2015. A store clerk was killed in that robbery. He was released on parole in 2021, then charged with assaulting his girlfriend just last month. Washington was out on bond when he was killed. In Southwest Houston.
All right, so the alleged robber was killed during this incident. I mean, you know what? They're gonna play the race card constantly now, and they're saying, "Oh, he's a black man. He was in need. Blah 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 blah." Right? The shooter, he shot the guy, and he left the scene. That he made that mistake of leaving the scene. He should have stayed and not left the scene. Assuming he had a concealed carry permit. I don't know the laws in Texas, so I don't know if you need a permit to concealed carry. I know in Virginia you need a concealed carry license, but in Virginia is an open carry state. So you can open carry without a license, but to conceal it, you need to have a license. So I know Texas is also an open carry. I don't know about the concealed carry legality. So let's just leave that up there. He should have stayed at the scene. Now he's gonna have to go through the legal channels, blah 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 blah. But the moral of the story is he was carrying a weapon. Had the suspect have a real weapon, who knows what it could have happened. He could have killed somebody. He could have killed everybody. Who knows? This guy reacted. He saw a threat. He took out the threat. And this guy was not an innocent guy. He had a track record of violent behavior. He was in prison for armed robbery where the clerk died. So he was an affiliate to a death that, you know, he was involved in. He could have not been the shooter, but, you know, he was released on bail. He was released 6 years later, and he was on bail at the time of the incident. Guys, the Second Amendment is so important in this country, and I'll tell you why. Look, I'm an immigrant from Iran. As you guys have heard and seen what's going on in Iran with the situation of the girl who got killed, and by the hands of the morale police, and you know, and these people have been protesting constantly, nonstop. But they have a problem. They're not armed. They can't go against a tyrannic government with just sticks and stones. It doesn't work. They are shooting live rounds at these people, and they know the tactic, because, you know, you put fear in people's heart. You know, eventually all these protests will die down. So they don't have weapons. They don't have anything to defend themselves with. You know, the only shield they got is their body and their voice, and that's it. And even if they allow to use their voice, that is a big threat for them, because they are even being executed for that purpose. A lot of kids have been executed because of them questioning the government or speaking ill of the government or the supreme leader or the president. So that's how it is over there. You know, so people here take things for granted all the time, which sucks. You have all this freedom. You know, don't let these thugs, don't let these people scare you. Don't let these Democrats try to tell you Second Amendment is not important and nobody needs guns. We need guns to defend ourselves. Second Amendment was put in place for these reasons. Okay? And, you know, look, I have a copy of the Constitution on my desk all the time. So I'm going to read you the Second Amendment. Okay? I'm going to read you what the Second Amendment states. A well-regulated militia being necessary to... Oh, sorry. Yes. Yeah, that is the second. Okay. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. This is the Second Amendment. Here, I'm going to zoom in. I don't know if it's going to focus. There we go. See, that's the Second Amendment. That's what it says. So YouTube might take this video down for showing truth and showing this, the United States Constitution, because that's how YouTube is. YouTube is just a well-oiled society destruction machine, just like TikTok. But anyways, I digress. Second Amendment is the most important thing in our Constitution after the First Amendment. Imagine you lived in a country like Iran, country like Saudi Arabia, country like Pakistan, Afghanistan. You don't have these kind of freedoms. Don't take it for granted, okay? Don't play these stupid games just because you have hurt feelings and you want, my feelings were hurt. This guy was black. He shouldn't have shot him. No, he should have. He did a good thing. He shot him. He shot the threat. Get rid of the threat. Why are you robbing people? Go get a job. Go learn something. Go freaking learn something. If you can afford to carry around an iPhone, Don't get an iPhone. Get something else. Struggle a little bit in your life. By robbing people, you're not going to gain anything. It's a lost cause. It's a lost cause. Every criminal, every person who's done something wrong has never made it out alive or in a good situation. So, don't steal. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's a very well-known verse. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And sometimes that crime takes your time, meaning you'll die. So, leave your comments down below, guys. Let me know what you think. I think this story is actually a good example of why people should conceal carry more often. I think a society who is armed, it's more protected, and it will create less crimes, because the criminal now will think twice to conduct any type of crime, because they're like, oh crap, some of these guys could be armed and they could shoot me. This could be my last day. So, you know, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Concealed carry, it's the way to go. It's the way to go. Or open carry, if your state allows it, open carry. Just don't go to California. If you want to get robbed, go to California. Go to Chicago. Go to New York. Those are the states, you know, where if you want to get robbed, go there. You know, it's an open invitation. So, anyways, guys, have a good night and peace out.